What up?
What cracking?
What's good, y'all? It is Fire Friday once again. Everybody who's tuned in, appreciate you guys stopping through. Phil, appreciate you jumping on, man.
Always, brother, always.
Yeah, man. Got a couple things to talk about. My homegirl fucking did her thing. She's still doing her thing at New York Comic Con, and we're going to talk about that a bit. I'll bring up a little bit of her interview with Todd McFarlane, which was fire. I mean, obviously, you see a bunch of McFarlane shit around here. I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? Plus, he's a great comic book artist, man.
He's a pretty prominent artist, yeah.
Did
some things.
Yeah, did a lot of things. That too, we're gonna talk about a little bit of Black Adam stuff. The Wakanda Forever trailer came out earlier this week. Didn't get a chance to get my thoughts and things on that.
We didn't even talk about that yesterday, did we?
Nah, we didn't, man. We didn't make it to it, so we'll talk about that. And obviously, you see the shirt I have on. I am a huge fan of the fucking Last of Us. Trailer came out last week. Didn't get to do a show last Fridays, and I was, literally going to be talking about the Last of Us a lot. And there's a couple of things I'm gonna bring up that I wanted to bring up last week that I did see some memorabilia type shit that I saw that was kind of cool. And yeah, man, maybe make it to some Andor and shit, and see what else happens, man. We're gonna roll. Let's see who's in here. You got NR in the house. What's good? He said, let's fucking go. What's good? Damn, dude, you here early. Anthony Beltray, what's good? What is good? It might make its way in here a bit. It might make its way in here a little bit. Hope a great week. Yeah, man. Pretty good week, man. Pretty good. Busy week, bro. I was tired. I was at work today yawning all day. I was like, damn, what the fuck? It's been one of those kind of weeks at work, man. So, once I got out of there today, I was like, I came home, took a little rest, went to the gym, got a nice workout in, and I was like, all right, let me get ready for this fucking stream and stuff, man.
I got my workout at the mall immediately after work.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, I got this hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I got a friend of mine some stuff for her birthday. So
nice. Yep. Struggle, what's up? He said, check my DM. I will. Hold up, let's see.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, man, I ain't cold-blooded like that. I say Boston Market. What's that? What are you talking about? No Costa Nostra Boston Market. What did I say something about the Boston Market?
Kentucky Fried Chicken, or rather Kentucky Friday Chicken, Nerd Costa Nostra. That's what I'm eating, not Boston Market.
Oh, okay. There you go. So you thought you were eating Boston Market. Nice.
I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't fucking know.
Hey, man, you said before we started you hadn't eaten since real early today. So go ahead and eat up, man. My homegirl, man, she's doing her thing, dog. She started working for CBR and stuff, and now she's in New York Comic Con doing some fire interviews and things of that nature, Meg. And yesterday she did an interview with a person that we're both a fan of, Todd McFarlane. You know what I'm saying? He does his work. We saw what he did earlier in the days, and then once he went out on his own, he was able to, McFarlane toys and things of that nature, and he kind of, he blew up because that's what talented people do. And I did. I'm gonna pull this up. We're gonna watch a good bit of it, and he said some interesting things, man. That's cool to hear about, because the toys, obviously, we're fans of them. You know what I'm saying? We buy them, purchase them, or whatever. But hearing some of the behind the scenes stuff that goes in, as far as, especially when he was talking about. When there's a movie coming out, they need to have this shit done a year in advance. Almost. Yep. Yeah, because of the molds and things of that nature, that's a fucking fire, man. Like, I always love hearing about the what goes on behind the scenes with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're used to seeing behind the scenes stuff in like movies and television shows, things like that. But when it comes to something like this, it was really cool to hear behind the scenes. So let me get this pulled up real quick and see. Is this it?
Well, the thing about it is, it's not really exclusive. I mean, I'm sure Todd has like some exclusivity considering the nature of the business that he is in.
Yeah.
But it just overall, when it comes to merchandising,
yeah,
it's usually the toy companies, Lego, they usually get like wind of the general gist of whatever live action, especially in pop culture stuff, be it Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all the shit they can make toys out of. Essentially, they get the gist of what's going to happen more or less in advance before those films are even publicly released. You'd have to imagine Todd McFarlane, he probably saw some concepts of Black Adam and was like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I mean, he probably did the same thing for the Suicide Squad. I honestly don't remember because that was like over a year ago. So
yeah,
you know.
Let me see. Where is this at? All right, here we go. All right. Oh no, here it is. All right, I got this shit up already. Let me make sure I got they've changed, if you StreamYard, they've changed the share screen. It just says present, which is crazy. Let's see. Do this.
That's wild.
Yeah, it just says present. I don't. It used to just say share. So let's see. Let me know if you can hear this, and let's take a look at the homie Wonder Meg, man, interviewing Todd McFarlane at New York City Comic-Con. This took place yesterday. She did a bunch of interviews today and stuff. Got to talk to some fire people. I was like, damn, bro.
Dan Jurgens, I saw that.
Yeah.
Silvestri.
Yep.
Alan Silvestri, sorry.
Yeah.
Or no, John Silvestri.
Yeah.
Which fucking one is it? I don't remember. One of the Silvestris.
Yeah. Alan always comes to mind because he's a composer and shit. And he's done a lot of, the Avengers theme and things of that nature. So
it's Mark Silvestri.
Yeah.
Finally got it. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring this up real quick. Prima, what's good? All right. So let's bring this up and make sure you let me know if you can hear this feel, man. Hold on. Let me see if I put this like this. All right. Here we go. Hear it?
Hi, welcome to New York City Comic-Con. I'm Megan Laux with CBR. I'm joined with Todd McFarlane.
Hey, Megan, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good, but you're getting started,
I know. Are you ready to open up some toys?
Let's do it, right? Okay. They're getting set up here. We got 4 days, but let's show some of the people, some of the cool
I like that she's wearing a Venom t-shirt.
Yes, that's dope.
That's appropriate. Very appropriate.
Yeah.
We've got the Black Adam movie coming out October 21st. All right, here we go. We got 2 versions of it. One of them sort of classic, the one you're seeing in a lot of the posters. And then this one to me, I think, for me, is cooler because he's got the cloak on it. Looks a little more badass to me, right? So he looks a little more mysterious. But it was fun sort of doing this with DC and, getting Dwayne's comments on these.
Yeah, can you tell us kind of about the process? Okay, so this movie comes out October 21st.
Yeah.
When do you initially start production on these figures?
Yeah, that's the thing. When you've got a movie and you're trying to catch it and you want the toys out before, right? They're out at stores right now. We have
just like Star Wars,
almost a full year in advance, right? It can be a little frustrating because you can imagine sometimes the movies finish like close to theatrical release. So some of the special effects or monsters or whatever aren't even done or developed yet, right? So we're asking for these characters and they're going, the final design isn't done. And we go, well, we've got to bake this cake, which is called a toy, way further in advance and like making a hat or a shirt like you have, right? Like there are certain things you can turn around fast. Toys aren't because we've got to manufacture them overseas, get them all the way over here. So that's really the biggest holdback of doing TV movies is that they're always waiting for designs and we have to go. So we ran into that with one of the figures, but it ended up looking up okay. So, but they gave
Sabat?
us
probably Sabat.
They get really nervous when they hand you top secret information and looks. You can't let any of this out, right? And then we have to get all the approvals from it. And then in some cases, which happened here, the actor, Dwayne Johnson, he actually had to have and sign off on his own figure. Right? That doesn't happen with all actors and all the things we've done, but sometimes they go, no, that person that you have to
hilarious.
Yeah.
Can you kind of tell us about what goes into like the box design? I mean, you've got some really great images here on the back. What is the process of picking these designs for the back?
Well, a lot of times when you're working with big corporations, they actually give you a house guide, right? So they say, here it is. Not only is it the design that I have to use, the design that maybe 20 other people who are doing Black Adam product also have to do. They want it to be uniform so that people look at it when they're walking up and down and saying, oh, hey, I keep seeing that same logo, that same color, that same palette. Makes sense because then you got a consistency, right? Hershey uses the same wrapping for all their sort of chocolate bars, no matter what the size is. Toys aren't any different on here. But what they do early on is they give us the reference, right? And from that reference, then we have to sculpt them. We have to get the approval of the sculpt before we even think about articulation and painting and what kind of background we're going to do, the blue background on there or whatever. But if we open these up here, then we sent it there. Dwayne's only comment, because he's a very generous man, right? And you get cards. Each one of them comes with a card and a stand in there. Dwayne is a very generous man. His only comment on
Did Hawkman come with the stand? Did your Hawkman come with the stand?
Yes.
Right. And I'm like, ripped, dude. You're a big guy. You got lots of muscle. You want to be even more ripped on all of them. We did a statue too of Black Adam.
No, it came with one of the basic stands,
Sort of
though, not a
asked if
flying
we could do
stand.
one early so he could give it to his mom as a gift, right?
That's cool.
I think people don't understand that, like, actors and musicians kind of like their toys, because otherwise what you have to do is give people like a CD or DVD, right? And it's a flat little thing. You can't really display that. I mean, you can watch it.
I like how Todd
right?
said DVD.
But if you give something like this, your toy, to your nephew, right? They're going, I've heard it playing. I'm going to give that to my son or my daughter or my nephew. Then what they can do is they can take their toy and then they can put it up on the shelf. And then they can go, that's Uncle Dwayne up on the shelf or whatever. They actually get a kick out of it. I found that a lot of them. So once they put it up there, I mean, there's a stand on there. You can put that up on the shelf and they go, yeah, my uncle, my husband, my friend was in that movie, which is way different than having to go grab the DVD and then going, hey, did you see this movie? Right? So they actually like statues. I found they like tangible 3D imagery, even T-shirts, anything that shows them off here. But here he is here with his cape. Got a little bit of flexibility.
That cape is mad heavy, man.
Lots of articulation. You can put them in.
Yeah, it's really thick material. I don't know what.
Even the head will sort of pivot on here, but yeah, we try to do as much, deep articulation on it, right? You can do deep knee bands on it, and then you give them like here. Yeah, he's got some little cool toy stuff because he's got his bolts he has in the movie. So, but some even stuff like this, swivels. Let me tell you that the fans let us know when we get it right, when we get it wrong, right? They like all
You're the Rock.
The frustrating point for me is I
made it after you. Come on now.
With the art as possible, and the more times you cut that figure up to move, then you have to give a little bit of the art away. And I'm way on the art side, but I found that the fans, for the most part, they like to be able to pose, especially now. Maybe I'm too old now, but with social media, they like to be able to take their figures, shoot photos of them, put them up on their social media, put them in cool poses and interacting with some of their other toys, right? Not for me, I just wanted to have it up on the shelf and go, man, that looks cool. But they actually, you've seen some of these sites that they animate their toys, right? They do these sort of professional high gloss photos. And there's a lot of people that's like, Todd, I need this so I can actually be famous on social media. But anyways, I thought the likeness came out really nice on both of these. Like I said, Dwayne had to sign off on them, so he must have enjoyed them too. And getting the accuracy of the costume that he wears. They gave us some pretty intense close-ups, right? So it's not just here's one photo. They give you like dozens and dozens of imagery turned all the way around, right? So you got these generic ones where they've got Dwayne, which they do with every sort of character in every movie, and they turn them around so you get every angle of all the designs, so you make sure you can get it front, back, side, and it's all as accurate as possible.
In 2021, McFarlane, the DC Multiverse line, was the highest selling toy in the US and Canada.
Correct.
What do you think makes your action figures so sought after compared to like the Marvel or Star Wars ones?
Yeah, no, and so again, put that in perspective, right? Put that in perspective that we have only a portion of the DC Multiverse, right? There's still other multiverse by other companies. We outsold that, but even more impressively, we outsold Marvel, all the Marvel Legends stuff, and Star Wars. Right? I mean, we outsold anything. I think part of it, I mean, a couple things. There was the pandemic, and there wasn't a lot of movies and whatever else. Everybody sort of had to go, and you didn't have the big brands and big marketing sort of driving one thing over the other. So now it was just the quality of the product. I think we do the best detail at the prices that are out there.
Yeah.
But on top of all that, the one thing that caught Warner Brothers off guard when we took over the license was,
this is cool.
We said we were going to do like all these figures. And to do a lot of those figures, you have to make new molds of them, right? It's sort of like taking a piece of paper, and once you're done with the drawing, you got to get another blank piece of paper. Well, making toys, if you got two characters and their costumes are not the same, you have to make a new mold. They were shocked that we were willing to make new molds for new characters, because what they're used to by the big Fortune 500 companies is that you take a figure and then you take his head off and you put on a new head and you try to make and use this as much as possible, right? I mean, think about it in Legos, right? No matter what you buy for Legos, there's certain pieces that are always the same, right? It's a formula. Well, in the toy action figure aisle, it's the same for the big Fortune 500 companies. So when we said we want to do that character, they go, you can't do, I remember having these conversations, you can't do that character. And it's like, why? Because it doesn't look like any of the other ones you've done before. No, I know. We'll just go and make the way it's supposed to go. But that means you have to make a new mold. No, I understand that. And they were blown away. They were blown away that we've now done hundreds of new molds, because here's why that matters. To the geeks, they've never seen those figures. So I think one of the reasons we sold so much was because we had so many figures that nobody had ever seen before. We weren't doing the generic classic Superman, Batman. We were doing figures that were for the first time out in the marketplace.
You made a good point about keeping the quality high with still keeping a good price point. How do you manage to do that still?
Don't go public. I have a high rise, and I don't have a window in my office. Like you put the money in the toy, right? I mean, it's that simple. So I don't have 10,000 lawyers and 10,000 employees. I've got a small, tight company, and we just put it into the toy as much as possible, and the results show. So that's how. It's the only way I'm going to compete with giants. Right? And we've been doing it for 30 years.
To wrap up the unboxing here, I have had so many questions to ask to you, but the one that comes up the most is, are you going to expand any pre-existing DC multiverse lines, such as Zack Snyder's Justice League, and add a Nightmare line or a Mira or anything like that?
The answer is maybe. And here's why I say that, because we come up with our extensive lineup, and then we have to sit in consultation with the Warner Brothers people and see what they've got up with their TV and shows and video and animation and all that.
That might be interesting.
And then just see what meshes, right? Because it's interesting that a lot of figures that sell really well here in North America don't necessarily translate overseas, because again, they're not nearly as fluent with comic books and with some of the media that we have here, right? So we have to be mindful of that. So we're always having those conversations. But everything that you just listed, are they on our wish list? Yep.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, Todd, thank you so much
Sure.
for bringing these toys for us to unbox too. These are, this looks just like The Rock. It's like holding a mini rock.
No. And I've seen some of the clips of the movie, and it looks terrific. So,
Awesome.
I hope this thing blows up huge.
Well, thank you, Todd, for joining us.
All right.
I'm Megan with CBR. Make sure to check out CBR for more content surrounding New York City Comic Con.
All right, there you have it, man. Hold on, let me put this back. Yeah, that shit was great, man. That was dope. I like this some of the stuff he said was just like it's fire, because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what goes behind the scenes when it comes to that. Like I said, like it's in this day and age, like behind the scenes on like movies and stuff. That stuff. A lot of that shit is easy for us to grab onto and read about or whatever. But when it comes to something like this, there's not much out there. And I did like what he said about when she asked him, how do you keep, because look, for $20, that Black Adam figure that I got for $20, dude, that shit is so detailed. I can't even, like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost And look, I'll pull up a little bit of stuff in just a second when it comes to some of the other stuff that they got that's really fucking not just McFarlane toys, but there's, I think I got the Hot Toys thing too, where it's just mad expensive. And yes, it's even more detailed and it has some bit more features. But if you're just looking to throw something up on your shit like I do, $20, man, you can't beat that shit, man. And for the quality to put in it. And like I was saying, I did like the way that he was just like, yeah, well, we just put all the money back into the toys. Like, I don't have a window in my office, so I don't even care. And that's dope, man. That's dope to hear, man. That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? like he cares that the people that consume his product are happy, or if they're, whatever. And of course you're gonna have your fallouts. I don't know if you saw when I unboxed this Dark Side right here, his arm fell off, and I was just like, yeah, what the fuck? But it still is good. Still is good up there. Let's see who's in here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I always get the urge to buy McFarlane toys because I see them all the time when I go to Walmart, Target, and a bunch of other places. But I'm just like, I don't have the fucking room for them. As badass as these things look,
yeah,
I just do not have the room for any of them.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Let's see. So there'll be more Zack Snyder's to see. I hope so. He said that's something he hopes to see. Scott's in the house. What up, Scott? He said, "Stop eating, Phil." Nah, man. Phil hasn't eaten since 10 this morning, man. Let the man eat, Scott.
10 a.m. real time.
Whoa. That would mean, what is that, 1 a.m. my time? Or 1 p.m. my time? Is
correct?
Is
That's
that
correct.
Yeah. So anyway, I did want to share that because I just thought that was the coolest shit, man. And yesterday, when I finally got to watch it, it was just a little bit before we went live on Four Nerds, and I was a little touched by the shit, man, because I was just like, yo, that's my girl, man, and she's on there and she's like doing her thing and killed it too. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like she was nervous or any of that kind of shit to do something like this, and that's fire, man. So shouts out to
especially since she's interviewing like one of the most prestigious artists and creators of our time. I mean, Todd McFarlane, that's somebody that's someone you don't really scoff at, right? Like, we're talking about a guy who created Spawn. We're talking about the dude who made one of the most iconic Spider-Man covers in the 90s. That amazing Spider-Man #1. And then, of course, as Dawson showed us yesterday, the infamous Spawn Batman crossover. Yeah. Like, this dude is a living legend in his own right. And then he bounced from Marvel and DC to start Image Comics.
Image Comics, yep.
And now he's
Spawn,
in,
yes.
Yeah, right. And there's Spawn, Savage Dragon. Now we've also got Invincible. We've got there's a couple other Saga. Yeah. That's probably one of the best selling books, I would say. But Todd McFarlane is definitely made a name for himself. And he said certain things that I'm just like, maybe you should dial that back a bit, Todd. But overall, he's clearly got his head in the right space with what he wants to do. And I like that he, has that relationship with DC. Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
No toys.
Yes.
But like, I appreciate that he has this pretty solid relationship with DC where he can just pump out these multiverse figures at will. And it's solid. It's always a pretty solid look. Like, if you walk into any toy store, you walk into a GameStop, you walk into a Walmart, Target, whatever,
see something.
You see a McFarlane toy, you see the detail put in it.
Yeah. And that's why Scott says he's a salesman. He's got the hustle. Indeed, he does, man. And I did that. If I could take anything from this, besides me talking shit about Dwayne, talking about, could you make relax, bro? You're huge, man. You ain't gotta. But
why you asked Todd to make you buffer?
I didn't. Whoa. Okay. No, but I that line about we just put the money back into the toys. That shit's fire, man.
Yeah,
that's dope because if you've been collecting for a while, and like Scott's in here, I know he's been collecting for a long time.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, you're good. But I know Scott's been collecting for a while, so it's the stuff, the detail he went into with, like, normally they would take the same mold, they just take a head off of a character and put another head back on it. That's all, like, to hear him say that as much as I love McFarlane's toys and shit, that just made me love it a little bit more, man. Just the fact that he puts that much effort into it, man. Because look, his company's big. He's look where he's at. He's at New York Comic Con, and he's got his, you know what I'm saying? He's got his shit set up, and he did some lives. I saw a live of his earlier where he was showing some black and white figures from the Arkham games, which looked kind of dope.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So he's already released some Arkham game figures, but then like they're re-releasing them in black and white. The Ron's look fire, dude. That's the one I saw. It looked the dopest. It was black.
You know, I wonder if he's going to do any for Gotham Knights.
Hey, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. That'd be cool if he did.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff, I mean, he does tease a lot of stuff, but some of the stuff catches me by surprise. I'll just get on Instagram, which is where he posts most of the stuff, and you'll see like he posts a story, and you'll look at, oh shit, they're doing this now. So, and a lot of stuff that I might not be into, but the detail is still there, like Warhammer and all of that kind of those kind of figures he makes. I'm not into that, but they still look dope. You know what I mean? Like they still look good. But yeah, I just want to put that up there. Shout Meg out because that's fucking fire.
That's pretty cool.
A billion times. Plus they got the NFL Blitz arcade behind them. Let me get that, bro.
Looks like people in the chat are letting us know they have done Gotham Knights figures. So cool. I did not know that. Thanks for the update, guys.
I have the Gotham Knights. Oh shit. Okay. Yes, they are. Yo, I hadn't seen them. He said they're already available for order. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just wanted to start off the show, man. Bring that up, man, because I thought that was it was fire. And look, she, like I said, she's done a lot today too. Interview a lot of people, and so like once those make their way online to like YouTube or whatever, to CBR's YouTube channel, take a look at them and stuff like that, and share them with you guys. And also, look, another thing I want to talk about. This is for. Hold on, let me bring this image up real quick. All right, so obviously. There's a lot of us. I know, Phil, you said you're not seeing it to the 21st. Most people I know are seeing Black Adam on the 20th just because of pre-sales and things of that nature. So on the 21st, I put the question marks because I don't know what episode it's going to be. It just goes with the show. But the Friday after obviously it premieres a lot of places on that Thursday, the 20th. That Friday evening at some point in time. Time not decided yet, just because I don't know when everybody, if that I would like to talk about this movie would be able to make it. But I will be doing probably some mild spoilers and shit like that. I don't plan on getting like really into it, but I guarantee you when I leave the theater on the 20th, my tongue's gonna be like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be at the tip of my tongue to talk about it with people. And this is the opportunity that I have is on the 21st. Sometime that evening, just to have a conversation with people about what they thought about the movie, and I'm pretty eager to do that. So that's coming. I did want to put that out there, just to let everybody know that on that day, on that Friday, sometime in the evening, man, get a conversation going, man. Just talk about the movie, people's initial thoughts and things of that nature.
Well, it's probably best to do it immediately because you already know a lot of people in our circles are probably going to wind up doing the same thing. And it's pretty much starting to happen now. Like spoilers are starting. Well, not really spoilers, but people are really putting it out in the ether that a certain superhero is going to show up in this movie, right? And I would guesstimate by next week, if not middle of the week after that, this movie will be full on spoiled.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind. So the sooner to talk about it, the opening weekend, in my opinion, the better. I'm not going to be able to see it on the 20th as I usually do. I mean, I wish I could. Yeah, but I've got a dentist appointment, so I just don't see that happening that night.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, that's why. I mean, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be full on fucking spoilers, but it's just something like this that's happened, that's coming out in the middle of like where we sit with the comic book films and things of that nature. Like that's something I'm going to want to talk about because we've been talking about it for months as far as what we think is going to happen. Obviously, who we think is going to show up or whatever. And I just I'm I could see myself leaving the movie theater after I watch it, almost wanting to stop a motherfucker who's walking out beside me like, yo, what'd you think about this? You know what I'm saying? Like just that type of, because I like to talk about the movies and shit. So that's definitely happening. So I did want to put that out again real quick. Black Adam, just it's gonna be the 20th or the 21st for sure. But yeah, that's if you're able, man, get on in here.
I think I'm seeing it on the 21st. My friend,
yes, Terrence, you told me that. Yes, yeah.
My friend Terrence, who's been on the Eternal Night show with me and Craig. We both. Terrence and I live in California. Craig lives in Missouri. Craig used to live here. We all used to work for GameStop. And the last movie Terrence and I saw together was The Batman. We wanted to see Thor. That didn't happen. So we usually see comic book films together. Like we saw The Batman. We saw, since he's been back, because he was overseas. Well, not really overseas, but he was in Guam because he's in the Navy. And he was in Guam, but now he's back in California. We've seen The Batman. We saw Doctor Strange. We didn't see Thor. We saw Thor at 2 different times, and honestly, I'm kind of glad we did. Not because of him, but just because of that movie. Because of that movie, and it's just anyway. We for sure. I hit him up just a couple days ago in the group chat I have with Craig and Terrence. I was like, "Hey, Terrence, do you want to see Black Adam?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, no shit. This is we're not missing this." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, I got you." So yeah, we're seeing it, but I'm seeing it like on the 21st.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine, man. Just whenever we'll discuss time frames and things of that nature that behind the scenes.
Well, given that you usually do your show around this time, if you did it, I wouldn't be able to go because I wouldn't have even seen the movie because Terrence doesn't get off work until like 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Time.
So y'all have a rotation and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That works, man. That works. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. So I will be talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Because whether it's good or bad, whether I love it or hate it, whatever, it's going to be on the tip of my tongue to just, you know what I'm saying, have this conversation.
I think for us, I don't really think it's a matter of like love or hate per se. I think it's going to be like, where does it rank among the current list of DC Extended Universe films? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So no, look. I think personally, I'm gonna like it a lot. I think a lot of the talk around whether or not this might do good or do whatever, because it's we reached a point which is kind of foul. We reached a point where like a certain box office standard isn't met, and then it's considered a flop or whatever. That's trash. Right. And look, we're talking about a superhero film that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know who the character is, and they know The Rock, of course, but a lot of people don't know. And I think if and I've seen a lot of talk in the past couple of days, people just speculating on it and things like if it doesn't do well, I don't think it's going to be because it wasn't good. I think it's going to be because people don't know. You know what I'm saying? People are kind of, kind of don't know. I think the movie is going to be great, but people, they just don't know. And it's you got to, if the broad audience doesn't know who Black Adam is, odds are they don't know who Dr. Fate is. They don't know who Hawkman is. They don't know
the Justice Society.
Cyclone or all of the characters in this film. So like,
it's a chance. It's definitely a chance.
It is. And look, man, they're putting their best foot forward. I cannot get on any form of social media without seeing at least one Black Adam thing just scrolling through. So they're doing what they need to do to promote the film, to put everything out there for everybody to be like, yo, this is it. And obviously The Rock, he's a box office draw, but I think this is his biggest challenge as far as drawing in ticket sales because of the fact that nobody knows what, who Black Adam is. And normally in this type of film, if you had I'm not going to call him obscure because Black Adam is not an obscure character. Make no mistake about it. Like you know what I'm saying? But
not necessarily obscure, lesser known would be the
lesser known. Yeah. And I think I would say this. If you're looking at the pantheon of characters that originated from comic books that have transcended said Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and this is just my opinion, probably Wolverine have transcended. They're not comic book characters. They're pop culture characters. You know what I'm saying?
I could say I personally,
Deadpool.
I would add Deadpool, and
Yes.
I would also add Aquaman, because
Yes.
Aquaman, regardless. Well, actually, no. I kind of have to bring it up. Like, he's pop culture because of the fact he was a joke for such a long time.
Yes.
But now he's the only DC character outside of Batman to get $1 billion at the fucking box office, dude.
Yes, he is. He is. So yes, but so you could say that those characters that we just named, they've transcended just the pages. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to Black Adam's a comic book character. He's not a pop culture character. Not yet. He could be after this movie comes out, if it fucking destroys everybody's minds and it's like, oh shit. He could become that, but at the very root of it, he's a comic book character compared to the rest of the characters we just named. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna take like, and like I said, man, we I think all of us probably gonna think the movie's absolutely incredible when we watch it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just for it to succeed, it has to transcend that. I think it could if people are willing to lose. And obviously, you step into a comic book movie, you're suspending your disbelief. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch it,
right?
But at the same time, if people are willing to just say, "Yo, I've never heard of this dude, but let me watch it. This is The Rock. Let me take this sit out opening weekend."
It's funny you mentioned that, because one of my coworkers, you know, she walked up to me and she's like, "Hey, do you know who Black Adam is?" I was like, "Yeah, it's the movie coming out with." She's like, "Yeah, with The Rock. I love The Rock. I don't know who the hell Black Adam is, but I'm gonna go see it because of Dwayne Johnson, and because I love Dwayne Johnson. I loved him in Fast and Furious." And I was like, "Boom, there it is."
Yep, there it is. Yeah. So hopefully, and I think that's what they're banking on most. And it'd be different if I thought that the what they've been doing the past couple of weeks was like an empty campaign. It's been no, it hasn't been empty. It's been the TV spots have been dope. Everything that they're doing exactly what they need to do to get this movie fucking ready, so that when it does come out, that there's that it gets what it the box office that it needs. Because look, it is a DC film, and that neck of the woods is kind of little turmoil going on there. Not I'd say just a little. Yeah, I mean just a little. I'm not gonna blow it out of proportion, but just a little. So I think it has to do what it has to do. But I will bring this up because oh, okay, you son of a bitch. All right, this is Dwayne Johnson posted some shit on Instagram earlier.
Yeah,
I did like it. He look, now he giving teases. Now he giving teases and winking at the camera and shit. Also, he had that theme that I said, like, when this theme first came out, I was like, okay. But then once I worked out the said theme, I was like, yeah, this shit's fire. All right, so anyway, let's watch this. Let me make sure you can hear this. Bam. All right, so this is The Rock on Instagram. He describes the theme and then he gives some eye wink teases and shit.
Yeah, he does.
You hear that? You can't hear it?
I don't hear nothing. No.
Oh, my bad. I suck. Hold on.
I suck.
yeah. No, I didn't bring it up. Hold up.
Oh shit.
Wait a minute. Well, here we go. I'll bring it up here.
I'm gonna send you a picture real quick too, because it's got very relevant to what we're talking about.
All right, so here we go.
Here clearly, this is my warm-up, my pre-workout, my during workout music. This has been on repeat. Composer Lorne Ball put so much into this, and he wanted it to reflect the character of Black Adam, and he wanted it to reflect me and my DNA just a little bit. So Black Adam flies. When you see the movie, he flies faster than the speed of light. He flies with rage. He walks with an intense purpose. There's some Darth Vader vibes.
I love that.
Yeah.
You hear that heavy horn section. He walks with an intense purpose. You hear that Darth Vader vibe. And he levitates. Black Adam levitates because he plays psychological chess with his opponent. He's already got him beat. I highly recommend that you guys download this song, Black Adam theme song, Put on your headphones, listen to it before you work out, listen to it if you want to focus on something, listen to it in your car.
Hell yeah.
It will inspire you. It will motivate you. It'll recalibrate your focus. I just saw the movie again last night. I can't wait for you guys to see Black Adam. He is the most powerful. There's the third act. He is the most powerful, unstoppable force on this planet. On this planet.
Yeah, we got you, you son of a bitch. So
Look,
you see,
the man, The Rock is The Rock, right? We've gone back and forth about The Rock, but you cannot deny the man has presence.
oh yeah, he does.
100%. He has
knew what
presence.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. Yeah. So that was I thought that was pretty dope. But then he giving a little tease. He said on this planet, winked at the camera like, damn, bro. So talking about he watched it again yesterday. I want to watch it for the first time, Dwayne. Can I see it? You son of a bitch. Send me some tickets.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, where's our early access like we got for Aquaman, like we got for the Suicide Squad? It'd be real cool if you could help a homie out. Thank you.
Yeah. Yo, could you imagine seeing that shit on the Monday before it comes out? It should be dope as fuck.
And not being able to talk about it? Yeah. Because we have respect like we did for the Suicide Squad.
Droger, you relax. Scott said the Rock don't relax.
That's right.
Nah, man, he puts it down. So I thought that was a cool video. I did like how he was feeling the fucking music. And look, like I said, the first time I heard the theme, I was just like, okay. But then, I literally listened to it while I was working out, and I was like, that's what it was made for, probably. I'd say that's probably the focus of what he was doing with that was let's make a workout song so motherfuckers could just slang some iron in the gym and shit.
Definitely.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Yeah. So, see the movie when it comes out, man. We're going to be talking about it. Like I said, we're going to go straight into that shit. It's going to be dope, dude.
100%.
100%. All right. So here's something else, man, I didn't hear the JSA thing. They got a JSA thing?
That dropped, I want to say Wednesday or yesterday. The JSA theme from Lauren Balfe dropped.
Was it?
I haven't listened to it in full. I only listened to just a bit of it, but I did see that Scott was kind of on it.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. After we get done here. Well, I'll check it out. I don't want to play like a whole hopefully I'll get clapped on for The Rock. He was talking over the thing, but that shit was bad loud in his gym. Like, yo.
Oh yeah.
All right. So he says yesterday. Hey, chill, you booing on the theme. Relax, homie, relax. He said yesterday. All right, no. So something else I did want to talk about because I didn't get to this week, and this dropped earlier in the week, was the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer dropped. And look, I watched it, thought it was pretty dope. I am looking forward to this movie. I know we did a thing earlier this year where we were talking about for the second half of this year movies that we were most hyped for. This one wasn't that high on the list just because we hadn't seen anything from it. You know what I'm saying? And I was honestly kind of like, what are they going to do? Like we didn't know because obviously, Chadwick passed a few years ago and then the movie went on. They had a bunch of delays when it came to certain actresses in the cast. And so I was kind of like holding my breath as you what are they going to do here? What are they going to do? And I knew the movies come out in November. So, but then they dropped the teaser on us. And I think that quieted a lot of shit. For me, it did it personally.
I'm really glad you brought that up because I'm going to take this time to just go ahead and eat that crow because I swore up and down that they would move Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They did not. So I give them credit. They stuck to their gun.
Yeah. And look, before we watch this, Feige has come out recently, which I think this week, and said things. He was just like, "Yo, it was too soon." Like it was. And look, man. When Chadwick passed, I think it was on a Friday when they announced it, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember being on a stream on a Saturday, and talking about recasting, I think that was really soon. I was against the recasting, not because I'm against recasting T'Challa. I just thought that was way too soon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you're playing with fire when you do that. And Feige's comments on that are just, it's the best way he could put it. Like it was too soon. What were we supposed to do? And so they moved ahead with a statement that he would not be recast. And I'm sure feelings have changed around that studio as far as, you know, and I had a theory that, you know, that they would, because I I had Googled one time, I was like, how many times have like consciousness been transferred in the Marvel comics and whatever? Never in Black Panther or Wakanda, but it's happened a lot of times in the comic books where they've transferred a consciousness from a body to another body in characters or whatever. It's happened to Spider-Man before. It's happened when I Googled it, it was a list that was long. But it's never happened in, you know, as far as Black Panther goes. But I thought that would be, if they used that and brought, you know, T'Challa back, maybe his consciousness got transferred to another person or whatever. And I went from the it's the body's broken, but the spirit is not. And I just thought that would be cool. I don't know if they're going that. It doesn't look like they're going that way because obviously in the trailer we saw, you know, the new Black Panther. It's Shuri. You see the dots on the mask and things of that nature.
There's actually, blink you'll miss a moment. There's another Black Panther. Yes. Whether or not it is Shuri, I do not know. But
it doesn't look like her.
It does not. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do two different Black Panthers. Mm-hmm. One is for sure probably going to be Shuri. Who's the other one, right? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But like, it's funny that actually no, it's not funny. This because the whole conversation surrounding the entire Black Panther recast.
Yeah. I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
I personally I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, it's a fictional character, number one, but it's for Marvel Studios and especially Kevin Feige to come out and be like, look, we're not going to recast this role. It isn't contradictory per se, but when you look at the times they've recasted other roles specifically, like look at what they did when Edward Norton and them couldn't get like they couldn't play nice, right? So what they do, they recast. Same exact situation with Rhodey. Yeah, you know, Terrence Howard was initially Rhodey, and then you know things got ugly behind the scenes for them. They parted ways. Don Cheadle now assumes the role. He is the definitive War Machine now. He's getting his own fucking movie.
Yes, he is. That's dope.
Right?
That's dope.
But then you think about the character of Black Panther, right? And you think about the way that they've established all these massively huge characters in their own right, especially Black Panther specifically with T'Challa played by Chadwick Boseman, and just how much of an impact dude had in 4 or 5 movies. Civil War, Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame. 4 movies, this dude was Black Panther. And around the world, people recognized him as such. And so I understand that there are fans out there of just superheroes and comic book characters in general who are just like, oh, no, fuck it, recast. It's not that simple. It really isn't that simple.
It takes time. You understand? And that's all, like, originally when people were saying, I was just like, yo, that can happen in time, but let people, you know what I'm saying? Give it time to, because I don't care what, if, you know, Chadwick passed, if they would announce a new Black Panther 2 weeks later, I'd be like, fuck y'all. I ain't even watching that movie. Like, that's my,
it would have been in poor taste.
Yes.
It would have been in super poor taste.
Give it time to let you know what I'm saying? Just let the shit breathe and then have it, you know. But Marvel came out with the immediate statement, we are not going to recast. And at the time, I was like, okay, cool. But now I think, look, Feige admitted it. It was in haste, and they didn't know what to do. They were literally like, they didn't know what to do. So they went ahead to continue, you know, with the preparations for Wakanda Forever. And,
you know, when you look at Marvel Studios and just how much they've accomplished over 14 years, this is without question the biggest roadblock. And I don't mean that diminishingly or disingenuously, right? Like creatively, this is their biggest hurdle they've ever had, bar none, because it's not every day that you lose your main character, your main actor for your brand new $1 billion fucking franchise. Yeah. Because that's what Black Panther is. Regardless of how you feel about the quality of the film, it is a $1 billion franchise.
It is.
And there's no stepping back on that. And that character around the fucking world is recognized as such as Chadwick Boseman. Like, he's instantly up there with with those two movies between Civil War and Black Panther. He immediately climbed into that same exact caliber as Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, as Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, as Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Like, he was immediately in that same pedestal, like, fucking just, if you just can't recast these characters so quickly with haste and just be like, yeah, you know, things. No, it's not that simple. Marvel Studios, just their modus operandi in regards to that type of thing is just no, we're not going to do it, because this is the cinematic universe that we have established with these actors. This is what we have going forward. They are not done with the roles until either they say they are done, or we are done, or there is a mutual choice in recasting. Like, well, not so much mutual, but when there is just really no other reason to recast, when you have things to do with this character going forward. I feel like putting the character of Black Panther to rest, at least this iteration of Black Panther to rest, it's difficult, but it's understandable, because you know, Chadwick wasn't at all obligated to let Kevin Feige know, like, hey, I got cancer. He doesn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. And he was fully in his right to not disclose that information. But the fact that he champed it out and did those movies while dealing with that, holy shit.
Yeah, dude's a fucking trick. Look, man, I ain't lie. I remember, yes, it was a Friday. When I caught the news on Twitter, I was shook, man. I was shook. Like, I can't remember what I was watching. I was sitting in my bedroom, and I was, you know, sitting on the bed, and I was watching something on TV, and I was going through Twitter, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's how it caught me. You know what I mean? And it was a thing where I was like took my breath away for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow. Like, how, and look, good on him for being able to do what he's done. And obviously we've seen the pictures of him and the big old Marvel Cinematic Universe picture where he was sleeping, you know, and the cast knew, the other cast members knew that he was dealing with this shit. So they didn't bother him while he rested for a second in between pictures, because that's fire. And so, that was my only thing, was like, don't immediately recast him. You gotta give that shit time. And I think as far as Feige, if he regrets anything, I hope it's just that they made a quick announcement that he won't ever be recast, because they did do that, you know what I mean, in haste. They'd be like, oh, we're not recasting him. I wish he would have, you know, he probably feels like maybe we should have took another step back and slowed down on that. Maybe push the movie back a little bit, or whatever they did. But whatever the case may be, we're going to get. And I think
I think for Secret Wars and, you know, the Kang Dynasty, the future, you could very well bring in another Black Panther from the multiverse. That's the easy button right there. And I don't want to say that, but it's the reality of the situation, right? Like, if people really want to see someone else take the role of Black Panther, that is literally outside of putting Shuri or Nakia in the suit, or even Okoye. Literally, your only other option at that point is to bring in another Panther from the multiverse, because that is really how you're only going to see someone else take up the mantle when it comes to having a Black Panther in an Avengers movie that is not either Shuri, Okoye, or Nakia. Yeah.
You're right. And so, I think, look, this is also, and look, the teaser trailer for this is what we're watching. We're about to watch the trailer that came out early this week. The teaser for this movie was one of the best teasers I've ever seen in my entire life. It had so much riding on its shoulders, and it delivered 1 billion%. It was so fucking good. It just, it was so good. And
when you think about this movie in particular, like, this was easily one of the hardest movies Marvel's probably ever had to make. This is on the same, this is on the same kind of level that Rise of Skywalker was, because you're literally missing one of your main characters who is not present for filming, and you had shit written out for them to say, to the point where Chris Terrio, J.J. Abrams had to completely restructure and reshape the entirety of that movie, whereas Ryan Coogler was on set every single day, rewriting pages and reworking the story to mold in the idea that T'Challa has died. And that in and of itself, when I think it was Angela Bassett who might have been quoted, there was a quote that came out during the filming of that movie that they were literally writing different pages. They were rewriting pages every single day on set. And I'm just like, yeah, that makes me think of X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I don't at all think this movie's going to wind up looking like that in any capacity. No. Because again, like you mentioned, like this movie had a lot stacked up against it going into it before we even saw anything. And the fact that we've seen bits and pieces of this movie and it looks fucking immaculate as it does. Like this movie looks like Ryan Coogler legit stepped into some big ass shoes that he had to fill initially and was like, yo, no, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out of the park. I'm gonna outdo myself from the first film. And it looks like he did. I'm happy for him.
It does. And also look, man, and besides all the things that we've discussed, I don't care what you might think. This is important for Marvel because the last movie they put out was hot ass motherfucking trash. Trash. Yes, you know what movie I'm talking about. The last Marvel Studios movie that hit theaters was not good. It's just my opinion, not good at all. So now you're coming back and look, I'm looking forward to it, not for so many reasons, not only because I know that what we had saw before Black Panther came out, the original film, and then afterward, like,
you know, it's funny.
The tone of those movie, that movie and this one looks to be something that's well needed right now for especially me going into probably a lot of other people after what I saw in July. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I mean, this film, right? Like, it's funny because you look back at the other two films they had released this year.
Yeah.
Neither one of them cracked $1 billion. Doctor Strange came close, but it did not hit $1 billion.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange was dope. I still like
Doctor Strange. Fucking badass movie. I love that. It's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So coming into this one, I'm like, I think this is going to be their $1 billion of the year. Truthfully, like,
man, it looks absolutely. Oh yeah, is it? Wait, did I hear this? I think
that's rumored. That is rumored.
Right.
Daniel Destin Cretton is doing Kang Dynasty. The big rumor is that Ryan Coogler is going to do Secret Wars.
Woo! All right, so let's get into this. Look, when it came out the other day, I did watch it, and then I think I watched it one other time, and I was trying to wait again to watch it like again until tonight, just because I thought it was good. Like, look, do I think it's as good as the teaser? The teaser had to do. The teaser trailer that came out during Comic-Con had a mission on its hands.
Yes.
Because nobody had seen anything from this movie yet. There was a lot of doubters out there. There's a lot of, and we even talked about it when we did our most anticipated movie. We talked about it. And so they they knocked that shit. Like that teaser trailer, like I said, if I ever do a show where I rank teaser trailers, that's just going to be towards the top because it was fucking incredible. It was incredible. So, let's get this going. This is
yeah. Let's do this because I honestly I haven't revisited this since it dropped, only because I've been busy with work and a bunch of other stuff has dropped too. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again here with you because you know we're fans of this franchise. We love this shit.
Yeah, we do. All right, so let's here we go. This is the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer. Let's get it. You hear that?
Yeah.
All
yeah.
Right.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god.
That's dope.
Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
Appreciate the fact that they didn't throw a joke in after, at the end of the trailer.
I think this is probably one of the movie they want to promote that doesn't need a joke at the end of the trailer.
And I think like the first movie, man. And look, I've been very adamant when it comes to the Marvel films. Like Captain America: The Winter Soldier, that's my favorite. Not many jokes in that movie. Shit's serious, espionage, all kind of serious shit. It's fire, and this one is on that same type of thing, man. And also probably poor taste if we got a bunch of jokes in this fucking movie. If it was as silly as the last one that Marvel put out, you miss me with that shit. But yeah, so yeah, no, that's incredible, man. I nothing about that in any way, shape, or form looks like it wasn't significantly taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously, let's see what some stuff Iron Man, which is good. Talking about the Riri Williams stuff, yeah, even that stuff was fired. Like, it looks like, look, when you have something that happened to this the cast and the crew of this movie before they even started filming it, the focus is gonna fucking channel in from all parties involved. And I think for this what we're gonna see with this movie and from this trailer is that they're really taking this shit to heart. They really, really, really wanted to make it. And it's got 21 million views, bro. In what, 4 days? It's they took care of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew the kind of stuff that they were dealing with, and they really, really put it in their best interest to like take care of this property and make sure this movie was fucking everything that everyone would imagine it would be. And I think I think
Coogler mentioned like he did this for Chadwick. Like, he wanted to make the whole cast and crew. They made this movie to honor Chadwick, and I think that's abundantly clear. I mean, do you think that tears are going to fucking happen in the first half hour of this movie when you see that funeral? Oh, you bet your ass.
Yes, yeah,
you
for
bet
sure.
your ass. Definitely, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you think about the roller coaster of comic book films we've had this year, right? Like, we kicked it off with the Batman, right? And then a month later, we got Morbius. And then after that, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That in and of itself, those three just boom, 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 1, 2, 3, punch completely different kinds of movies. Like, you have a very grounded, serious noir take on Batman. You have this big, goofy fucking vampire hash it out fight with Morbius. And then you get this multiverse whackness with fucking Doctor Strange. And then you go and get super fucking stupid and silly with Thor. Why, I don't know, but that was just the way the roller coaster went. And now we're tumbling down into the fall, and we've got Black Adam. It's going to hit us like a fucking gobsmack of thunder and lightning, right? And then after that, when it's all said and done and it's time to close the curtains, we're just going to be somber, and it's going to be fucking Black Panther. We're going to have to, accept the fact that T'Challa is no longer here, and it's going to suck. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I think when you showcase that and it reflects the real world in such a too like personal point of view for Coogler, it's just going to just hit in such a way that almost in a way where the first film was just such a W and such an impact and such a massive win for the Black community, for the African American culture. This film is going to just, it's going to hit that community again, but at the same time, it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna feel personal.
Yeah,
and that's I don't mean that to be shitty. It's just it was the intent of the filmmaker to showcase that we have lost one of our greatest heroes. How do we honor that moving forward? And I think that's the ultimate question that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is going to pose.
Yes. Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. And I think it's going to be great, man. As you say, you forgot, I will watch that tomorrow when I have the time. Let me show you something. See, this is when did I get this shit?
Try to see if I can read that upside down.
Oh,
there you go.
Number 1, Werewolf. I've had this for fucking I don't know how long. But if you don't know, that came out on
today.
Disney Plus today. Yes, I didn't want to watch it today because I knew I didn't have time to like fully enjoy that shit. So I'll watch it tomorrow. I will let my thoughts. But yeah,
I'll probably watch it.
This is a good book. This is a good, man. I don't know if you've ever. It's ridiculous, but it's also, look on the back. You got Dracula and the where. It's good Marvel fun, man. So I will watch it, and if by any chance next Friday on the show we'll talk about it. Feel the Hispanic, man. And look, man, it's so, dude. They and look, man. They could have easily, when it comes to Namor, Submariner, they could have easily went the same route that they did with Aquaman. They did not.
They could have done that.
All that underwater shit looks nothing like Aquaman.
Yeah,
it looks like they did their. Oh, that's dope that they, and you could say, because I thought Aquaman, the underwater shit was pretty fucking fire, right?
Yeah.
It looked good. So they did something different. That shit still looks fire. It doesn't have to, they don't have to be the same. And I enjoy the fact that and of course we'll see more of it when the movie comes out. We'll get to see more of that underwater world. Obviously, we've only got shots, but that shot of him floating through with the
Did you see that the actor who plays Namor, I believe his name is hold on. Tenoch Huerta. He confirmed that Namor is a mutant.
Yes, he did. Yep.
That's so now we've got Miss Marvel,
yep.
Namor, and then in 2024 we'll get Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
Yep.
So the fact that they're gearing up to have these mutants, they're having mutant characters pop up here and there in the MCU is a good sign for me personally. But to go back to Namor, and even just representation for the Hispanic community as a whole, like you have America Chavez in this, you have Namor. Sorry, America Chavez was in Doctor Strange. I misspoke.
Yeah.
And then you've got Namor here, and then next year Blue Beetle front and center. Representation fucking matters 110%. And I'm glad at the very least both sides of the fence are being like, yeah, we need to get our other characters out on the screen that aren't just white male superheroes.
I feel you 1,000, man. And it says, it hurt, but a great celebration. Yeah, man, it's gonna be dope, man. I have no doubts. I don't think for a second that I'll leave the theater when I watch this movie on a down note by any means. It looks like they went all out, and I tell you what the challenge is. What's the next Marvel film to come out after this? Because, bro,
the next one after Black Panther, Ant-Man.
Ooh, well, they got some. Oh, they got Kang. So yeah, they'll be prepared. All right. See, I just wanted to watch that and just go ahead.
I fully believe that we will see a trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania in front of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'll happily take that.
There's some there's a minute they can there's enough there where they can put together about a minute to show you.
The movie comes out in fucking February.
Yeah,
okay?
You gotta have.
Not only that, the fucking trailer at D23 leaked. It's all over the internet. People have seen shit, so it's just like you may as well put something out.
Look like he got his ass whooped and shit. Yeah.
You see Kang walk up and ask him, "Avenger, haven't I killed you before?" And then throw a motherfucker into a wall. What?
Indeed. Yeah. So, like I said, I wanted to watch that because I hadn't, put my thoughts forward on what I thought about this trailer. It came out earlier this week. I hadn't had the opportunity to, but yeah, man. Look, Wakanda Forever comes out in what is it? Is this what?
November 11th.
Yeah, I know, but a little over a month from now.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting in the theater watching that shit, and so will Phil, and so will a lot of you out there. So there's that, man, and I am really looking forward to that. To be honest, that shit looks incredible. It looks like the amount of care that it looks like, not just that I think they put in it, but just that it looks like they put into that is absolutely incredible, man. So see that shit.
Day one.
What are you want to talk about, man? Daredevil on She-Hulk.
I saw it.
Yeah, you look cool. Hey, look, man. Look, yeah, he looked dope. Obviously, some of the CG, like you were saying, that's a little. The only thing I didn't like was the one line he gave her afterwards when she said, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and he was like, "Oh my god." Other than that, I wasn't. I'm looking forward to it. Look, man. She and Matt did that.
Yes,
Yeah.
They did the human thing that adults do. Yes, we know. We saw it. We were there. But I mean, it's no mystery. Like the show doesn't have the best CGI.
No, none of those shows are, unless you're talking about Andor. That shit look dope. But but it's the Marvel shows. There's a lot of other stuff that has to go into it. So yeah, I think look, I've been one of the people that's like, She-Hulk's pretty good, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get on here and say it's the best Marvel show. No, but
no,
the comedy to me hits. The actress that plays Jen she's good, man. She's really good, and it looks like she's kind of like she's grasped what she's here for. And the show is super self-aware. I like a show that's self-aware, man. It's always self-aware. When she mentioned, she talked about Twitter a couple weeks ago on the show. I was like, yeah, this is fire. I'm looking forward to the end. I'm looking forward to see what happens. So
yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
No.
Like I think you and I are in pretty much agreement that it's at least funnier to us than Thor Love and Thunder was.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even the what was it? The wedding episode. That shit was there was some funny shit in there, and I was just like, it's not like I fell on the floor. No, but it's still. I grinned and I was like, that's a good joke. That's a good joke. You know what I'm saying? Like just be, And so that's what the show has put forth the entire way since it started. Yes, is there some cringy stuff in there? Yeah,
sure.
But the shit with the dude, what's his name, who killed himself all the time? He had all them wives.
Mr. Immortal, the Immortal Man.
See, that shit was, to me, that situation was funny. Like it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a little comedic thing that they threw in there. So I think it's good, man. I think She-Hulk's fire. I think.
Were you surprised to see Matt Murdock bed She-Hulk that fast? Neither was I. Because it's funny, like I watched that yesterday morning, and then last night I turned on Daredevil because it's on Disney Plus, and I was like, "Yeah, Matt Murdock is totally Matt Murdock. He'd totally hit them green cheeks if he had the chance, and he totally did."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in line. Like, and it was even cool about it was like when she asked him like, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I'm Daredevil," and then you hear the Netflix theme play, and you're like, "Well, so much for that shit not being canon."
Yeah. Is it that? Okay, because no. The Daredevil hallway fight, that's called classic cinema. If you've ever seen that, we all know how fire that shit is. The Daredevil Netflix series is fucking on levels that you can't even. So hopefully when they get, they can recreate some of that. That shit was fire. I'll never forget the first episode that I watched that, and then when they had the little pre thing, and then when the intro played. And you saw that, I was like, man, Netflix, you're doing something. And obviously they lost the rights and shit. But
I mean, once Marvel Studios took in everything TV, everything on Netflix was like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like, oh,
but I'm glad that Kevin Feige had the fortitude to be like, yo, Charlie Cox,
he's fire.
Come over here. I'll give you a home.
Well, I mean, I think, from all of the actors who played in the Netflix series, out of the defenders, obviously he was the first and he was the best. So like it didn't take Kevin Feige far to look online and be like, they like Charlie Cox. They like that dude as Daredevil.
They like Vincent D'Onofrio. I am not going to take that away from him.
Yep. Let's bring that back because that shit's fire. Like, yeah. And probably when those series came out, he probably was sitting around looking at it like, that's some good casting right there.
One day. He was just like,
one day we'll have those. Yeah. And we're here, ladies and gentlemen. So,
they're going to be showing up next year. Echo.
Yeah. Oh, I did say last night where the actress who plays Echo didn't know she was getting her own series until during filming. I was like, yo, that's crazy as fuck. So one other thing I did wanted to make sure we got to, obviously you see I'm wearing the shirt, man, is The Last of Us. So the trailer dropped last week for the HBO series The Last of Us. It's a PlayStation game that came out in 2013. Look, man, if you've been watching my show for any amount of time, you know we talk video games on here. We always have. We always will continue to. And when it comes to The Last of Us, that game, like for me, when you're talking about it, it's up here. It's way at the top. Yeah, with God of War, Uncharted, and things of that nature, The Last of Us was. I'm playing through it again right now. Like at this point in time, I'm playing through it. I'm almost to the end of the first one. Gonna replay the second one. Because those games just mean a lot. When it came out, the story was fire. The visual, the graphics on the game were dope. And of course, they've remastered it a few times since it came out. Mm-hmm. And everything about it was just, I had never played a video game that took you on that type of journey where you got that personal with the characters. And there's only two main ones, and you really, really, really get into their heads in the game. And so, obviously, the show got announced not too long ago, a year or two ago. And, you know, as a person who, when you're talking about this game, it's like, first of all, gamers in general, only 50% of gamers have played this game because it's only on PlayStation. It's not an Xbox game. So, right. and then I know a lot of people who are PlayStation heads who haven't played it before. So it's like the community becomes smaller, even though you know how successful the game is. So that means the community necessarily isn't that small. It's just that out of this large community of PlayStation, knock something down. The large community of PlayStation gamers, there's only a
handful.
A handful, but it's a big handful of that have played it. And so when HBO was talking about they were going to do this, I got kind of scared at first. I was like, "What? You're taking my baby? What are you going to do with this?" And obviously, it's HBO, and we've talked about it before. Where HBO, the properties that they are able to acquire to do show, they take care of them. They put a lot of care into it. They make sure that they don't. You know what I'm saying? If they're given the rights to a certain thing, they make sure that they're not going to do wrong about it by the company that gave them said right. So, and then the casting came out. I was like, yo, both those actors are dope. Yo, this might be absolutely incredible. And so and like I said, I did want to talk about this last week, but didn't get to do a show. So we're gonna watch The Last of Us, the trailer that came out last week. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember what day it was, but if you played the game and you saw this trailer, you've recognized tons of shit from it because it's pretty much they took that shit out of the game, and so this made me more excited for what's coming. Obviously, we got the teaser a few months ago, right before the first episode of House of the Dragon. They played that, this HBO Max thing, and right at the end there was some Last of Us in there. But so I'm gonna bring this up. Let's see. And we're gonna take a look at this trailer, man. And man, this is besides Game of Thrones stuff on HBO, this is my next thing that I'm very much looking forward to. So here we go. Here is the I think it's a teaser for The Last of Us. It's only like a minute and a half long, but a little bit over a minute and a half. But let's check this out.
The roses have faded, there's frost at my door. The birds in the morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to die, and out in the darkness the whippoorwills cry.
Bro.
The darkness is falling, the sky has turned gray, a hound in the distance is starting to fade.
This.
Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, please hold my hand. Alone and forsaken by fate
Neil.
and by man.
Oh, that was Storm Reed.
You keep her alive. And you said everything right.
Woo.
Save her, you can save her.
Oh, please understand.
Now they don't have a hard date for this. It's just 2023.
Nah, man. Yeah. I think whenever they, probably when they get done with like post-production visual effects and shit, then they'll put a hardcore date out there. But I felt like a dumbass too, because like I did a trailer reaction for this and the song didn't register. But like there's a scene in the game where him and Ellie are in the car and they're cruising and this song is on. I was like, oh, how the fuck did I not remember that? Because I played through it. I think this is probably the 5th time that I played through the game that I'm currently on now. But yeah, dude, this is.
I mean, I know shit fuck all about the game. I played about an hour of it and I was like, this ain't my bag. But I love me some Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Dude from Parks and Rec's in it. Nick Offerman.
Dick Offerman. Yeah.
Great actor. And then also, as I mentioned during, Storm Reed, who played Bloodsport's daughter in the Suicide Squad. I remember her. She's also the younger sister in Euphoria.
Yeah.
Great actress. So, yeah, I'm going to watch this. If I had to guess, this is probably going to be, their off time. You know how HBO has like, their big thing is like Game of Thrones. And this is going to be their after Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because they like to keep it going because they'll, obviously Euphoria take over it for a little bit. They'll have their couple months where they, Nick Offerman, dude, the character he's playing, I can't wait to see him do it because that character in the game, Bill, is a fucking asshole. He is, but Nick Offerman playing him, I was like, dude, let's fucking go. I can't wait to see him because that's just a perfect fucking casting. And look, and also like with the clickers, people, if you've seen this trailer and you haven't played the games, you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? It's pretty much post-apocalyptic. There's obviously a like a virus that conquers the world, like you've seen in other movies and TV shows. I think the clickers, though, their appearance is very, very, very unique to this show. Like I've never seen a zombie type creature look like that, where once the spores have taken and they've been a zombie for so long, their head just turns into like the clicker you saw on there. It just sprouts and it looks like a mushroom or whatever. Yeah. Like before the game came out in 2000, I had never seen anything like that before with this type of vibe. It's technically it's The Walking Dead or whatever you want to say. These movies and things that have come out where the world gets taken over by something, and then you see how humanity deals with it. And it's the same too, where the scariest thing isn't the fucking zombies and shit. It's the people. It's the other people who have survived this. And that's always the worst part. But I think when it came to the game, there were so many moments in there that the slow moments are the best parts. Like there's a lot of action. There's a lot of shit that'll make you cuss at your TV. As I've learned replaying it again, I was like, God damn, I've done this a million times. It's so fucking hard. But the best moments of the game are, in fact, the slower moments when the humanity and the characters kind of comes out and you get to see it. And to see Joel and Ellie played by 2 fire actors, I'm very much looking forward to it a lot. If you can't tell, I have a fucking shirt on that says Last of Us and shit. And yeah, I can't fucking wait, dude. I can't wait. That's I'm pretty sure that's
It's on my list. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. I think let's what I got here. Let's look at something else. Oh yeah, I didn't need to bring this up. Hold on, let's see. I did want to bring this up real quick. When we were talking about Black Adam, I had forgot. But there's let me move this here. So this right here, obviously, look, these statues are fire out of my price point, to be quite honest. I think this costs $170 right here. But this is another McFarlane Toys DC Direct Black Adam right here. Looks pretty authentic, man. What the fuck is going on? Somebody asking for Peacemaker's Vigilante. Relax. All right. Nobody wants that. Nobody's gonna pay $170 for a Vigilante statue. I'm going to take. But yeah, this is dope. Let's see. Hold up. Let me go back. I think there's some more pictures of it. If you go, no, I don't want to see that. Let's see. This is Amazon. Yeah, there's a couple of different.
$169. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like I was saying, that's out of it for me. But it's still
expensive.
It looks good. Look good, man. The quality is pretty fire. So, if you're loving Black Adam's design as far as that goes, grab yourself one, man, and send me pictures of it because it looks dope. And there was one more that I wanted to see. Oh yeah, here we go. This right here is another one. This is Hot Toys, more than $170, guarantee you right now. So you have these statues here. You got Black Adam. Look at that. That looks fucking dope. You got the lightning and stuff coming off of them. You got this other one here. One thing I am curious on, and I will say this because for those of you who don't know, I think Phil, I done told you, I have a Black Adam suit on the way, and there's a lot of different variations. If you look at this one here in particular, his belt is gold, his accents and everything are gold. But when he first came out of the tomb, or whatever you want to call it, what is one?
It's all pretty much black.
I want to say it's dirty, like this one right here.
Yeah.
I'll show you this one. See how much different that looks.
Yeah.
So I'm that's one of the things I'm curious to see in the movie is like, ACS, who was playing Wonder Man? What are you talking about, man? I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, anyway, let's see. Yeah, see this one right here is more gold and stuff like that. And there's a lot more, but yeah, Hot Toys usually their quality is always incredible, and the price tag is all. See how dirty it is. See how dark this is here. His boot covers, his shin guards and things of that nature. So it looks like it's gonna change throughout. And then you got this one where it's still pretty black right there and stuff. So maybe he ends up with the shiny gold materials on him as opposed to when he first starts, because when he first starts, he is murking motherfuckers. So we'll see how that shit goes. But yeah, I would like to have that. So if anybody's feeling generous, send it to your boy, because I can't buy it, to be quite honest. Hold up. Let's just see if it. Oh no, it doesn't have a link to go to the website and see how much it is. I just wanted to get a ballpark. It's probably not going to give you a price until you like put it in your basket. Then it's like, yo, by the way, this is $7,000. I'd be like, no, I want this shit. So that about does it, man. I will mention we did talk about Andor last time on Four Nerds. I will reiterate I'm loving the show. It's incredible. I think once this first season is done, I think we still got plenty of episodes left, considering there's 12. I think it's going to be fire. I do like the drama in the series, and I do like the seriousness that it's bringing and the originality that it's bringing to some Star Wars stuff that we're seeing on the streaming service, as compared with a lot of other stuff that they put on there in the past that usually relies on callbacks and characters returning. Andor is not that. It is it's its own. It's probably the closest thing you're gonna get to an original Star Wars series, besides the fact that we know who Andor is because we saw Rogue One and shit like that. So
right,
there's that, man. But that's about all I got, you guys. You got anything, Phil?
Just to kind of reiterate about Andor, I mean, it's a slow burn in the best kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm liking it just as much as you are. I don't really know that we can really kind of just regurgitate what we said yesterday, but it's saucy. It's a saucy Star Wars show, definitely.
Woo! Say Nerd Coast also say it's
$360. Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah, that's a price tag, homies. That is indeed a price tag. But this has been fun, man. Phil, like always, man, on Fridays, I appreciate you jumping on. We got pretty good. Just to remind you guys that on the 21st of this month, like I said, don't know if it's going to be a full-on spoiler. I mean, we'll be talking some spoilers, I'm sure, but we're going to discuss this movie. This is probably it's close. Like I said earlier, when I walk out of the theater after watching this, I'm going to be wanting to talk about it with some people, and this is probably the fastest I'm going to get to. Which I'm off I'm off that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I took Thursday off because I didn't. When the tickets did finally go on sale, I didn't know how early the showings were going to start. I am seeing it at 4 p.m. my time on that Thursday on the 20th. So I thought they were going to be earlier, like when No Way Home tickets came out, because I saw that shit at like 3 p.m., which that's the earliest I've ever seen the movie. But so I took the day off just for that, and I was like, you know what? I'll take Friday too. Fuck it, man. Sleep late. Perhaps maybe if the movie if the movie's got my fucking britches, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna be like, let's get up and go watch it again. Who knows, man? So, I'm looking forward to that shit. But everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys stopping through. Phil, as always, man, love you, bro. And we'll you'll be talking to us. You'll see us Sunday night after House of the Dragon, getting close to the end.
Yep. Based on the screenshots that they've been showing.
Yeah. So catch us for the Throne Zone on Sunday evening, about 10:15 around that time after House of the Dragon airs. And we'll see you guys next week. Obviously, there's a replay on Tuesday, 4 Nerds on Thursday, and then obviously I'll be back on Friday, talk some more of this good stuff with you guys. But everybody who tuned in, appreciate it a lot. And see you guys next week or Sunday night. I'll see you Sunday. I'll see you next week. I'll see you. It is what it is. But peace out.